Deadbeat moms and dads, listen up. Starting today, you have 1 week to start paying up on your back child support, or the state says you could end up in jail very soon.
Our News 13's David Romero is live in the Newsplex with more. And David, not paying your child support is a pretty big issue here in New Mexico.
And Elizabeth, that's exactly right. Now, the state says right now there is $12 million outstanding in child support payments, and it's hurting children and families in need of those funds. That's the push behind Governor Susana Martinez's office offering the second annual amnesty program. Now, that runs from today through Friday afternoon at 5. Any parent who is behind on their payments can go to any of the New Mexico Human Service Department Child Support Enforcement Division offices to pay their bond, and they won't be arrested. They also say they're willing to work with parents even further by working out payment plans for those having a hard time to pay. Now, officials say clearing their names and making things right is a critical step. If you think you may be on the list of deadbeat parents, you can check. The HSD has the names of people with outstanding bench warrants on their website. Officials say this program is working to help families across the state.
We're making them aware that that this program is out here, and I expect it to be probably just as successful as last year's.
After this week, for anyone with outstanding warrants who hasn't come forward, the state says local law enforcement will look for them during a statewide roundup and sweep starting next Tuesday. Elizabeth, back to you.
Yeah, folks better get out there this week, that's for sure. David, thank you. The state collected, by the way, $80,000 during last year's Amnesty Week. Police this morning are investigating what may have led to the death of a man in Roswell. Right now, all they are saying is that it looks suspicious. Officers found 35-year-old Marquise Franco's dead in the street off of West Hendricks early yesterday morning. Police are asking for the public's help in this case.
We would ask anybody that has information to come forward and contact the police department. At this time, there is no witnesses that we know of.
The Office of the Medical Investigator will do an autopsy to determine what killed the man. And a man in Colorado is expected to face a judge today after a deadly shooting at a campsite there. It happened about 20 miles north of Durango. Deputies say 26-year-old David Jones was found dead early Saturday morning. 37-year-old Brendan Ashburn was arrested at the scene and charged with first-degree murder. He is now being held without bond. So far, no word on a motive.
The man, police say, stole a truck from an auto shop in Albuquerque and took it on a drunken joyride this weekend. It's set to be in court later today. Police say Jerry Flores was drunk on Saturday when he stole a customer's pickup truck from the body shop where he worked and took it for a joyride, even causing 2 other cars to crash in central Pennsylvania. The owner of the shop, called Caddy's Custom, says that should have never happened because Flores was supposed to just be washing cars.
I just met the guy. Yesterday was the second day working here. And he had no access to the cars whatsoever at all.
Par there says Flores swiped the keys from a back room and took off. Flores is now fired. He's also in jail, charged with aggravated DWI, auto theft, and 2 counts of aggravated assault on a peace officer. Well, some people in Albuquerque are fed up with a popular gas station in their neighborhood, and now they're letting the city know about this. They say not only does the Smith's gas station here near Carlisle and Constitution cause a lot of accidents, it's also an environmental hazard. And they were out this weekend with signs trying to get people to go fill up somewhere else. The city says it is done in their quality tests, and that shows that the gas station is not hurting anyone, but protesters are not buying that.
We've changed one of our ACs to a refrigerated air on our own dime. They haven't offered anything, and the only reason we had to do it was because our swamp cooler was sucking in gas vapors and exhaust.
Later this week, the neighbors here plan to appeal the zoning decision that allows the Smith's gas station to be at the intersection.
We have learned this morning that an elderly couple is suing the Bishop's Lodge Ranch Resort in Santa Fe after they claimed they were refused a ride and allegedly ended up getting hurt. Erlinda and Freddie Herrera from Santa Fe filed a lawsuit recently. They claimed they were walking up a gravel trailway covered on their way to a wedding site when they fell down. They claimed that they asked an employee for a ride but were refused. The latest college football rankings are out this morning, and it is not looking good for the Lobos. They're ranked 123rd out of 124th. Now, there is still some hope that the new coach will take the team a lot further this season. Coach Bob Davie. comes to New Mexico from ESPN, where he was a commentator. Before that, he was the head coach for Notre Dame. The university stadium, by the way, is now called Branch Field, and it's complete with new turf. It should be ready for the home opener against Southern University in less than 2 weeks.
School pride, New Mexico pride, got to make sure that we have a strong showing this year.
So far, the UNM Athletics Office says almost 10,000 season tickets have been sold. That's more tickets from this time compared to last year, so that's good.
It's very good. Last year they had a lot of issues with the stands being virtually deserted during some of the home games, so hopefully Bob Davies, the new team, can change that this year.
Absolutely.